In the vast universe of emotions and destiny, some love stories are not written by chance, but by the invisible threads of fate. The story of Yulong and Miemie is a symphony of destiny, where two souls, seemingly from entirely different worlds, intertwine to create a melody both gentle and intense, stirring the hearts of audiences. Yulong is a man with a cold exterior and a passionate heart, while Miemie is a sweet, lively, innocent yet resilient girl. They belong to two completely different worlds, but the thread of fate pulled them together in an unexpected moment. Many say that fate is like the stars, distant yet irresistible. When their eyes first met, the hustle and bustle around them seemed to freeze in time, leaving only the collision of heartbeats and gazes. In that moment, no words were spoken, but the answer was silently written in their hearts. This was not chance, it was destiny. Their first encounter was neither grandiose nor set against a cinematic romantic backdrop. It was merely a simple collaboration, a fleeting glance. Yet, even such a small detail sent ripples through their hearts. Miemie's smile was like a spring breeze, blowing away the years of burdens in Yulong's heart. The somber depth in Yulong's eyes was like an unfathomable lake, urging Miemie to explore its rhythm. It was pure and sincere, yet it left one unsettled. Being moved by the ordinary is the most dangerous and authentic thing. The beginning of love is not a grand vow but a glance, a soft chuckle, a casual word, like a faint electric current quietly connecting their heartbeats. The hair Miemie gently brushed aside, the finger Yulong instinctively extended. These seemingly trivial actions formed the first invisible bond in their relationship. Yulong, who was usually wary of alcohol, felt a warmth like sweet morning dew after a long drought. It surprised him and made him question his own feelings. Miemie was drawn to the depth in his eyes, not by their mystery but by the calmness and sense of security he offered. From a psychological perspective, the reason such an encounter lingers is that it touches the softest part of human nature, the desire to be seen and accepted. Yulong's silence concealed scars from the past, while Miemie's candor carried the power to heal. They competed to unravel each other's loneliness. Audiences are captivated by this delicate interaction because it is both relatable and dramatic. Every silent glance and subtle approach creates ripples in their hearts, leaving viewers eager to see how the story unfolds and aching for the sorrows they may face. This budding sense of freedom is both tender and perilous. This contradiction makes it impossible to look away. Audiences seem to hear their breaths and heartbeats in every exchanged glance, with emotions spreading as they watch, growing ever more captivated. Watching their interactions from beyond the screen, audiences can't help but sigh. This is what we call soulmates, yet fate never merely grants sweet gifts. It always comes with challenges. While working together, Yulong and Miemie faced doubts from the outside world and experienced internal conflicts and struggles. Some said they didn't belong together. Others claimed their relationship was just a fleeting spark. They offered no explanations for the rumors, choosing instead practical actions to prove their true love for each other. It wasn't a solemn vow but a quiet companionship and steadfast protection. Yulong and Miemie used silence and persistence to gradually diminish the power of those doubts. The most touching love is often not a deliberate confession but a natural expression, bit by bit. The cup of hot water Yulong handed to Miemie when she was tired, the smile Miemie gave Yulong when he was silent, these were their most sincere expressions. These small but priceless details spoke louder than 1,000 words. Audiences are often moved by such moments, and rumors spread that they truly treated each other with their whole hearts. That is what love is. It doesn't need a glamorous exterior, but can illuminate each other's worlds. The beauty of love lies not only in physical attraction, but in the resonance of souls. Yulong and young Miemie could always capture each other's unspoken emotions in their interactions. Their tacit understanding was like a long musical melody, sometimes gentle, sometimes passionate, but always harmonious. When one can understand the other's heart and desires with just a glance, that heart-reading connection is deeper than any sweet words. The two complemented each other. Silence was not always a void but a silent dialogue, a tenderness preserved through trials and mutual acceptance. He allowed her to be vulnerable, and she was willing to be strong for him. The weight of love is often reflected in the smallest daily moments. A bowl of hot soup late at night, silent companionship at the lowest points of a career, a simple but sincere apology after an argument, and a sweetness that intoxicates. Trials are like sharpening a blade, honing the edges of two people into a form that can stand side by side. The story of Yulong and young Miemie weaves through different shades and styles, ultimately revealing its true depth. Their conflicts were not dramatic clashes but mandatory lessons in growth. Learning to communicate, to yield, and to find balance between staying true to oneself and respecting each other. Every compromise was not weakness but responsibility toward the relationship. Each time they resolved conflicts together, it meant trust was extended. Audiences are touched not only by romantic scenes or moving lines, but by seeing the true essence of humanity in this couple. The coexistence of fragility, stubbornness, gentleness, and courage. Such love is both sweet, stirring the heart, and profound, authentic, and soul-moving. Ultimately, what truly touches the heart is not childish, perfect words, but two people supporting each other through storms, ready to see each other as a lifelong haven. The time they spent together seemed to make the world gentler, but when the shadow of separation loomed, the pain became suffocating. It is precisely this pain and sweetness that makes love all the more precious. As audiences follow their story, they seem to experience the highs and lows of love alongside them. Fate granted them the chance to meet but also presented a cruel choice. Career and love, duty and freedom, they had to find their own answers amid these conflicts. Yulong's rationality told him the path ahead would not be easy, potentially full of difficulties and risks, but young Miemie's heart screamed that she would walk with him through any storm. This is the most moving moment. When love meets reality, it is no longer a fanciful dream but a challenge to be faced with courage. Many viewers said this scene reminded them of their own choices and perseverance. The resonance brought them to tears. Love is not about escaping but bravely embracing the unknown. The choices of Yulong and young Miemie showed the world the power of love. In their journey of love, they were not only each other's support, but also witnesses to each other's growth. With young Miemie's encouragement, Yulong learned to let go of the hardness in his heart. Under Yulong's protection, young Miemie became stronger and braver. Their love did not depend on each other but complemented each other. They were like two trees standing side by side, supporting each other through storms and growing together under the sunlight. Audiences saw the most beautiful form of love in their story. It does not deplete but nourishes, does not confine but liberates. This love made them better and helped others understand that true love is the shared growth of two souls. Ultimately, Yulong and young Miemie used their story to interpret the true meaning of fate and destiny. Meeting was fate, staying together was fate, and they could reach the end because they chose each other. Their love was not perfect but honest and enduring. It was this truth that touched the hearts of countless viewers. Some say that if destiny truly exists in this world, it must be their love. This love was destined to become the most precious chapter of their lives, and will be remembered by countless people. Dear audience, thank you all for your companionship and support throughout this journey. The story of Yulong and young Miemie is not just a romantic legend, but also the most serene and coveted dream reflected deep within our hearts. Their meeting and holding hands were like fate's arrangement, making us believe that true love can transcend distances, break barriers, and bring the most sincere heartbeat. Perhaps when you see them on the screen, you'll think of some unspoken emotions of your own or an unforgettable figure in the depths of your memories. The greatness of love lies in its ability to let us see our own reflections in others' stories, inspiring us to pursue our own happiness with greater determination. If you are also moved by their love, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Every click is a resonance between you and our hearts, and every comment is motivation for us to keep telling stories. Be brave and share your emotions, for who knows, the legendary story told in the future might be the next chapter of you and your loved one. Don't forget that your love is also special and deserves to be recorded and passed down. Join us in gathering countless sparks of true love here to continue spreading love and igniting dreams.